Oh, here we go. And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Revaluate page. We are live here today with our CEO and co-founder, Chris Drayer, and also our industry relations manager, Mara Sullivan. Thank you for joining us. For those that don't know, my name is Katrina, and I'm the Director of Client Care here, also with Revaluate. And we are very excited today for you all to join us. We get a lot of who's, what's, and why's questions on social media, on the chat sometimes. We'll get, hey, my friend was talking about you and referred me, but I'm not exactly sure who you are or what you do. I'm not sure why they referred you to us. So we want to kind of go over those questions today and answer some of those burning questions. And I think we will kick right off here today. But before we jump into Chris, Mara, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and give a little bit about your background before we jump into Chris?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Mara Sullivan, and I do social media and industry relations for Revaluate. I've been in the industry for a handful of years now, 3 to 4, and I was previously with Realtor.com, where I got to meet so many amazing people in this industry. I hope y'all are watching, and I get to meet Chris. And I'm just happy to be here, and it's great. Like, I'm really proud to work for Revaluate and promote this product. So I'm excited for Chris to reintroduce the product to everybody too.
Awesome. Thank you, Mara. Chris, we will jump right in. How did you get started here? Who are you and who are you to evaluate? Let's jump right in.
Yeah, thanks for that comment, Ian. That's pretty awesome. I've got a new movie coming out. You guys may have seen it on the Olympic broadcast. It's gonna be pretty sweet. I'm Chris Drayer, co-founder, CEO of Revaluate. When I'm not behind the desk here, I'm kind of into trail running, and we're based out of Golden, Colorado, so plenty of opportunities out here for that. And, it's a gorgeous environment, good folks out here. Got into real estate almost 20 years ago, and so that's kind of crazy to think about, actually, but I grew up living all over the United States, so lived in, so I got a fine appreciation for real estate and all the different markets, like from a young age. So Omaha, Kansas City, Lawrence and Shawnee, Kansas, Portland, Oregon, San Diego, Chicago is where I graduated high school, and now back over here in Colorado. So big swath of the United States that I can call home, and spend a whole lot of time in like northern Michigan too. So moving around and seeing different houses was kind of part of life, but that's just in the DNA, I guess.
You got to hit up the East Coast now. That's the next move.
It's on my list. I've been there. I traveled there. It's very nice.
Coming over to the better Portland.
Oh, Portland throwdown.
Do we want to jump into the origin story of Revaluate and how that came to be?
Well, if I go back, and I'll be brief on this, but I went to school for advertising, actually at the University of Kansas, and that leads into how I met Tim and how we started Revaluate. But I did like 4 years of interning in ad agencies, and that led up right to .bomb, and the whole ad industry like exploded and was gone. And so I didn't get to pursue that kind of thing that I wanted to do in advertising. It led to me getting a job at a newspaper. And for younger people, this was a piece of paper that was mailed to you. So the newspaper.
What are you talking about?
Wow. Newspapers obviously ad driven. So I was at a couple of different papers, a weekly and then a daily. And the advertising was all driven by like birth announcements and obituaries, and like there's this huge revenue generator for these one-time ads for these life events, which is pretty crazy, and that would play into this later too. Then I took a job in direct mail, and that's how I started working in the real estate space, because direct mail and real estate agents are like, peas and carrots, right? Like,
yeah.
And you talk to these customers, and they would say, yeah, I'd buy these direct mail things. And you'd call them up like 6 months later, and they say, the direct mail is still sitting right there under my desk, gathered dust. And you'd be like, this is absolutely a total crazy waste. Like, there's no automation. It's just going to be wasting money. So left there, went to be the marketing director at a company called Floor Plan Online, which is still around and thriving, doing really good, doing virtual tours. Opened up a marketing consulting company, created a virtual tour product, was the CMO for Real Satisfied. We did rating and ranking of real estate agents. Then did, we did rating and ranking then of properties, Tim and I did. And now we're doing rating and ranking of prospects. And I guess that's a long-winded answer for Tim and I met in Kansas and have been friends for 20 years.
And now who is this Tim we keep referring to?
Yeah, we know Tim, but who is he? What does he do for the company? Why do we love Tim so much and we rely on him? So who's Tim?
Yeah, Tim's awesome. He's super good dude. He's not one to jump on a webinar too much, but he and I used to do trade shows together when the company was 2 people. And he was really good at it, but he prefers to be behind the laptop and plugging away at code. But he's our CTO and co-founder, and he's also a runner, and he's currently in Lawrence, Kansas, and with his family out there. And yeah, his wife actually introduced the 2 of us, so that's pretty cool.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's awesome. So we got the origin story. So how did, I guess, Revaluate the step from meeting Tim, figuring out you worked at marketing agencies, you have this real estate background, you have this information about advertising and data and things that you're collecting. So how did that all mesh together and you're like, yes, this is the product that needs to be built for our industry?
Well, there's this need, right? Like people have contacts and they're buying contacts from maybe a lead that they're buying from one of the big platforms. And then they call the lead and nothing happens, and then they literally would throw it away. And I'm watching this happen, and I'm like, that's total waste. That same lead is going to buy another house in 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever it is. Yep. Why are you throwing it away? You ought to be building a database. And this is before people had ever kind of realized that. And at the same time, the newspapers that we were talking about vanished. And so where an agent back in the day would open the newspaper and be prospecting by calling the baby birth announcements, or ambulance chasing by going after the other side of it, right? The deaths and the obituaries, or the engagements or the weddings. These things were all in the newspaper. And so the aha was, we should build a product that can take that life event data and couple it with these databases of prospects and help real estate agents know when is the right time to reach out to the prospect when they might be needing some assistance. Prospects don't need your help when they're just in the middle of everyday life. It's life event triggers that cause people to need to move. So let's identify those life event triggers. Let's find data to support it. Let's build the thing together and evaluate.
Basically Revaluate. And from there, the base, obviously, hopefully everybody here knows the database, your likely mover score, right? So do you want to talk about how that scored and how Revaluate rates everybody and
what exactly it is
what to do with that and what to do with that data and how does that help people, right?
So the unique identifier that we use is something that most real estate agents have all over the place, which is email addresses. So that's the only thing we really need is an email address of the prospect. And you probably have, if you're an individual agent, 1,000 email addresses of individual people. Or if you're a team, a broker, a brand, you have 10,000, 100,000. Or if you're a company, you've got 1 million contacts, right? We work with all of them, and we take that database, and every day we score everybody in the database on a 0 to 100 level. And we tell you, all right, if they go above an 80, we see enough information that we believe that this person has a propensity to move in the next 6 months. And so what are you going to do next, right? That's where your automation strategy kicks in, where you have drip campaigns, text, emails, whatever it's going to be that you're going to reach out to that person. That's a whole other conversation. But we're going to tell you that's going to be the trigger to say, start doing something, right? Their looking like they're going to move in the next 6 months, we have enough information to support that, go ahead and reach out and do something at that point. That's maybe more of a call to action. And we also score it from 0 to 80, right? So as they're warming up, there's all these like, you should be reaching out to them there with a different type of message. There's something happening, something's going on. So it's really data segmentation. We're trying to segment the data so that you have these different categories that you can work with with your marketing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And once you get there, you join our success group where we share how and what to do with that data once you get it in your database and how to do different campaigns and whatnot. We have amazing people in our Facebook group who are giving out like great tips on what to do beyond Revaluate as well.
Yep. And that's at facebook.com/groups/Revaluate Success. I like to put it on here, but it usually cuts it off. So go to Facebook and search Revaluate Success, and we are there. We'd love you to mastermind with us. Chris, as Mara and I are both newer employees here, why don't you share with us your favorite success story of Revaluate so far, of either something that you've had involved with or one of our customers?
So we work with a whole wide variety of companies. So we started the company working with individual real estate agents, as a lot of companies do. And then you sort of climb. So then we started working with teams, brokers, brands. One of those brands said, hey, we work with a mortgage, or we have a mortgage arm. Would Revaluate work on the mortgage side? And we're like, well, I don't know, let's give it a shot. We've never tested that. So sure enough, it did. About a year later, that was like 50% of our revenue. And it just kind of kept growing from there. So we were in real estate and mortgage, and then software company came in. And so this is the answer to the question. We started working with this software company that was looking for a way to further automate what they were doing. And they had databases of clients. They had all the marketing pieces put out there, and they just needed a trigger to tell all the marketing what to do. And so we started working with them, and they were pretty small at the time. And now they're an enormous, really well-known and highly reputable company that we've been working with for years. And it was really fun to watch our piece of that puzzle really help them expand and grow and accelerate their business and their agents that they worked with business. So that's probably my favorite success story, just to watch another entrepreneur's company grow that was helping other entrepreneurs grow their businesses. Like, it had this effect of growth and goodness that was pretty sweet. After we got into software, when COVID hit, we got calls inbound from ad agencies. And it was like, sure, same thing. Like, yeah, it would make sense. Let's give it a shot. Gave it a shot, and now we've got multiple ad agencies that use Revaluate data to refine what ads they're sending out to people. So that's pretty sweet to see that growing now too. And it's, a year into that right now, and it continues to accelerate.
And we're talking about like the success and growth. I'm gonna like reel it back to like, okay, so Revaluate has two main products, right? Do you want to like, we kind of talked about Reveal, right, which is where Revaluate scores your current data. Do you want to do a little pitch for Reside too, our other product?
Yeah, so Reside came about because customers were asking, okay, we're working with our current data, just like you said. We're working with my sphere of influence and the leads that I purchased. But we just acquired a new office in Scottsdale or wherever. And now we want to really grow that footprint. Or the agent says, I want to grow in this neighborhood, which is the move up neighborhood from where all of my current clients are, right? And we're like, we need to help our customers with this problem. And so we built Reside. And Reside does just that. We will go and say, you want Scottsdale? We'll give you Scottsdale. We'll build a database of email addresses for all the people in Scottsdale. And then we will put them into Reside, and Reveal rather, and Reveal will score all the, I hate when I do that. They'll score all the prospects so that then you can have your farm be built within and scored within Revaluate as well. Now, it should be said that while we have So for people that don't know Revaluate, we have a dashboard. We've got a back end. You can log in. You can see everything back there. But I don't know Katrina, what % of our customers use the back end versus?
Maybe 40%, maybe probably less than that even, maybe 30%.
Yeah, the vast majority don't ever really log into Revaluate. And that's what's really super cool about it, is that we're integrated into CRMs. So you work with Revaluate, you work with Chime or Follow Up Boss or a number of different like big name, awesome CRMs that are out there. Revaluate's baked right in there. So you never have to leave that one screen in your CRM. You set up that automation, you set up the data in your CRM. We're just linked right in there and it just works. So there's literally a column that has the Revaluate score of all your prospects inside your CRM. And it's super easy, right? Super easy to follow up with a prospect one-on-one or for a whole drip campaign or whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it's like the Reveal product is so seamless. It's almost like for social media, it's almost like when you schedule something, you set it and forget it. It's like you integrate it, you have your data in, and Revaluate does the work every night, right? Because Revaluate's getting data continuously that's going to make people's scores higher or lower depending on what their habits are. And that will help, the client indicate, oh, maybe I should reach out, maybe I should give them a call. But also for bigger companies, if you're looking to expand in new markets or we're in a different state, the Reside product is like super great to just have a built-in database that has the Reveal product in it as well. And it's like done deal. The farming, the amount of time you would spend farming is like totally cut by a whole bunch, and the efficiency makes it so much better to do any marketing, any advertisements,
Yep.
Seamless, like white glove. A lot of people get scared about integrations, but we have an awesome team that helps with these types of things and helping you get onboarded. And we've really taken the white glove customer care approach to helping people get onboarded and to getting companies integrated and set up. I wanted to bring up the kind of the core of what does the scoring. So I think that's the question that I get asked the most is how do we know that? Like, how do you go from newspaper obituaries or newspaper baby announcements to? So it's the data that we're looking at is what we call the data Ds. And as I said, I'm an advertising marketing nerd, right? So I like alliteration. So we call it the data Ds. And it's death, divorce, diapers, diamonds, diplomas, downsizing, discretionary income, dumpsters. Like there's a bunch, okay? Dumpsters is a weird one. And I love to talk about dumpsters because if a real estate agent, an agent told me this, I had no idea. You go, oh, well, dumpsters, you should add dumpsters to that. What are you talking about? And it's obvious, right? If you drive the neighborhood and you look at a dumpster in someone's driveway, they're doing one or two or three things. They're moving out and throwing away a whole lot of crap. They're renovating because their real estate agent or someone else said, well, you got to change this before you can sell, right? Or they are renovating and going to stay, and there's nothing you can do about that. But there's dumpster data there that says, yeah, man, this is an opportunity for someone to move at a high percentage of the time. Someone passes away, they throw away all the crap and they sell the house. This just happens. Dumpsters is a huge, you don't need us. You could just spend a whole lot of time driving around looking for dumpsters and then finding their address and writing them a letter, I guess, right? But
yeah, I was gonna say, are you dumpster diving?
Yeah.
That's what we do, city to city.
Just leave your business card all around.
That's right.
Oh, man. Another shameless plug. If you're more interested in farming and you want to dive deeper into that discussion, in our success group, Ryan did a wonderful series on farming. And if you want to jump into our success group, it's pinned to the top of the page, actually. It's the AMA that we do every Tuesday. We have new content, and you can jump on there and ask us questions. And I think our sales guys right now are actually on the chat on our regular Revaluate page. So if you have questions about farming, you have any questions about anything you're hearing right now, go to revaluate.com and jump on the chat and talk to the guys, and they'd be happy to chat with you.
So we talked about kind of the successes and how much Revaluate has grown and the process of how it all works. let's see the other side. So what are some like roadblocks you've hit, or maybe we don't want to say fails, but things that we had to bounce back from or pivot to be, to come back on top?
Yeah, there's probably two main stories there that they're kind of tough. Starting a company is not easy. Even if you've done it before, it's never easy. You never are right 100% of the time, that's for sure. Fundraising was a really difficult part of starting the company. We were fortunate to get hooked up with the Kauffman Foundation in Kansas City for entrepreneurship. And then we went through Boomtown, which is not affiliated with the CRM awesome company back east, but rather is in Boulder and is an accelerator. Went through there and we met some amazing investors through that process. One of our investors is actually owned major advertising agencies. We have the first CMO of Google as an investor, like all these guys that are in the community, the guys and gals, real estate brokers that are super successful that invested in Revaluate. That process was really difficult and it wound up being really successful. We've not gone back to fundraising. We've been profitable for a number of years. And so we've just been growing organically with our own revenue. But that is a really difficult process to go through. But then, I take such pride in marketing and advertising. I think one of our biggest fails was a whole branding concept that we put together around, and some people on this may remember it, but we did gold mining. And we said, let's go dig for gold inside your database and we'll go mining for gold. And do you have one of those flyers sitting around? I don't know if you do or not. Okay. But
I've seen it.
we have, it was the whole booth and branding and everything was very much like this Old West. That's where the rustic wood came from that I keep around back here still. There's gold in your data. And it just didn't work, man. People were like, you're this technology company and you're talking about gold mining and you've got a gold pan full of Rolos on your booth. And it was awesome. I loved it. And it was so beautiful.
Everyone loves Rolos. Why not? I would participate if I was getting free Rolos out of the sales pitch. So that's all you gotta bribe me with it.
It's really tough though when you build something that you really believe is going to work and it just pancakes, right? So we pivoted away from that and got more into the tech space with the marketing and with the upcoming event season, we have a whole new branding that is going to be launched, talking about the tools and tricks that worked yesterday, and then the technology twist of today that we add to the equation. And I think from a branding standpoint, that's going to work a lot better, but I thought gold mining would work. So who knows?
Well, I'm excited. Obviously, me and Katrina know what our new branding and our new message and what our booth is going to look like at the events. And I think after you telling your story about working at a newspaper and how it started, the origins, the idea, our new brand campaign really brings it full circle to what was yesterday. So what we originated with and how we're using kind of the same messaging and people are using the same tools, but just in a new age way to reach these people. Because we don't want to be the mailer that's dusty under the desk, right? You want to be in people's emails. You want to be in their phone book, right? That would be amazing if you're a saved contact in someone's phone at that point, right? That's the goal. So what events are we going to be at, Chris? I'm very excited.
Well, coming up, our first post-COVID event is in 2 weeks, I think.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in Tahoe, and it's the CRS celebration event. And we are going to do a booth. We'll have a kind of a small team of 3 that'll be there at that one. And that'll be sort of the launch of the new booth and new marketing collateral. So I'm stoked about that. I'm stoked about seeing people face to face again. Man, can't wait. So yeah, if you're in the area and are part of CRS, man, I can't wait to meet you and be a part of that. We've signed a long-term deal with Inman. Congratulations to Brad for your exit. That's cool.
On the sale. Yep.
And so we'll be doing those events going forward. And NAR in San Diego, we will also be exhibiting and participating in San Diego in November, I believe. So there's some fun stuff. The sales guys are just so stoked to get out there and to meet people and chat with people in the future.
Yeah. And you'll get to meet us. All of us will be at hopefully in NAR. So you'll get to meet the whole team. We'll be all together for honestly the first time, because if you don't know, audience, all of us work in different locations. We do not work in one office. So it's nice to collaborate in person and to, and we get to see all of you, faces and whatnot.
3 time zones on this call right here. This is
awesome.
Yeah.
We always cover the country.
We're across the calls. That's why we can help people across the country, because we know everybody, every time zone. So what's going on? So we have events coming up. So what's next for Revaluate? What's the next step? How are you growing or plan to grow?
Yeah, we have to keep a lot of that kind of under wraps because there's some cool stuff coming, right? So I can't get into.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
You're supposed to spill the deets.
But I mean, just like our other products that we've rolled out and features that we've rolled out, they've all been requested by customers. These are things that our customers want and need, and we can easily deliver for them. So yeah, there's details coming.
Stuff. So if you're listening or watching and you have ideas, or you have Revaluate, or about Revaluate, and you think, oh, this would be such a great addition, this would be a great feature, like, let us know. Comment in the things, or go on revaluate.com and there's a chat, or you can do revaluate.com/talk, and you can schedule a meeting and really pitch us something, because if you really need it for your business, Revaluate is always looking to improve, and help clients as much as possible.
All of the integrations that we've done with all these CRMs have come because our customers say, gosh, could you get implemented into Chime? And sure, let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Get your CRMs to talk to us.
Yeah, right. We're an adaptable company. We're a nimble, adaptable company that wants to bend over backwards for our customers, and that's kind of the attitude that we have around here. So we're here for you.
So beyond what's next when it comes to Revaluate's products, there's also another avenue that Revaluate has been focusing on when it comes to a bigger picture thing, right? When it comes to the industry. So do you care to expand on that?
Are you referring about fair housing and anti-discrimination?
Yeah. So bigger than Revaluate, it's an industry focus.
Yeah, I think that I want to make a difference, and I think everyone on our team wants to make a difference. And there's an issue that it continues to the whole Long Island Divided story from Newsweek from almost 2 years ago now, really shone a light on that. Mark Zuckerberg in front of Congress testifying about discriminatory practices in advertising, shone a light on it. There's a number of different, we don't need to go into all of that, but it really makes one aware that this is not a done deal. There are issues that need to be resolved out there. And I started looking into some data companies, some lead generating companies that are out there today. And 30 seconds. Redlining back in the day was literally people would take maps and redline what cultures could be living where and who could buy a house where from a mortgage standpoint, from a real estate standpoint. Pretty disgusting. Today, real estate and mortgage professionals can go on maps to buy leads and literally redline around an area to buy leads. I don't feel that's right. Congress didn't feel that's right. That's why all of Facebook's tools that did that disappeared. So they went after they went after Goliath first.
Yep.
they'll be coming for other businesses next. If you want to kind of be forward of that and doing right for your communities, that's the direction that we want to align ourselves with. That's what we're trying to collaborate with others on and teach and honestly learn ourselves. I have a lot to learn in this area, but I'm a little bit passionate about it, I guess. So, and people on our team really support that. So we're urging people to kind of think about that aspect of their marketing.
Yeah, it's almost like a anti-D, right? Anti-discrimination data.
Ooh,
so
very nice.
Adding another D to the list.
It's like you're in marketing too.
Ooh.
Would have thought. Well, that kind of leads, if Katrina, you want to talk about like our new partnership too, because it's something that me and Katrina are really excited to be personally involved in moving forward. That has to tie in with this and Revaluate.
Yep, we have a new partnership with Women Up, and if you're curious about it, you can go to Facebook and go to Women Up and view their events coming up. And they're going to be a new partner of ours. We're really excited about that. And we've talked about growth this whole webinar, and that's kind of the growth of us and also the growth of our partnerships. We're really excited about that. We're going to be doing a panel coming up, and I'm hoping that we can share it with you guys. And they touched on how much we have to learn, and I think that's the point of this, is we want to learn and start the conversation. And I think we're really excited about that.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be part of it. So join their group. The group has like great information that's not only anti-discrimination, but pro-women, really great for the industry. They try to do great things for specifically women, Women Up.
If you're in Women Up, comment below. If you're going to any of these events, comment below. We really want to connect with everybody. Really excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be sweet.
I think that is about the end of the who's and the what's and the whys. I think we covered almost all of it.
Sweet.
I'm sure there will be more. There's always more as we continue to grow. We would love to jump back on and continue to share. And as the director of customer care and as a newer employee, it's been a pleasure to get to know Chris, and I appreciate this industry and I appreciate this role that I'm in. And he's being very honest when he says that we want to bend over backwards for our customers. And if you guys, we're being very honest and transparent here. If you guys have any requests, you guys have any questions, please, we're available almost 24/7, almost. So hit us up.
No, we're not 24/7. That's not.
It's Chris at 2 a.m. tonight. Ask him how he's doing.
You can reach out 24/7, but we will get back during business hours of each of our respective time zones. So it covers a lot of the 24, but
That's helpful.
Close enough.
But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Mara. Thank you, Chris. It's been a pleasure as always. And we will catch you guys next time. Take care, everybody.